So this is Cagayan whitewater rafting. It's also where Jackal's live music is. You'll see it on our night tour. So you want to do the whitewater rafting, you want to do the night tour, the Jackal's live bar. And by the way, the other bar that across the street that's a real big deal is called the Warehouse. Anyway, that's the first stop on the walking tour. And when you're at the Jackal's or the whitewater rafting place, that's Central Mall right there. You can see it. The street would run right into it. Everything's really close and compact here. So that's the 𝗪𝐶 Tower condo building right there. And it's right next door to the 𝗪𝐶 Mall, which is one of the parts of the city, which is right here now. It's this big mall here. And then have restaurants. It's also a mixed use. There's apartments there in the mall. The backside, there's a grocery store. It's more of the international grocery store, a little more expensive. It has the McDonald's food. And Filipinos hang out in malls. They like it's where you go to see and be seen. So it's kind of a big deal. The entryway is right here to it. And that's the 𝗪𝐶 Mall. So inside 𝗪𝐶 is the marketplace, which is like the international, has more of the international foods in it. It's kind of expensive actually, but sometimes you just want things like if you want the tomato sauce we use to make the pasta without the sugar in it, you have to come here. It's not a sauce, but it does have tomato, garlic, and onion in it without all the sugar, which is sometimes hard to get around Southeast Asia. And that's where you come to get something like that here, or fruits or vegetables that are more common to the West, but you're going to pay more because it's an international food grocery store. And then when you leave the market across the street, it's a fascinating place. Hey, how are you? Which I like to show people when I come across one of these, which is a Church of Jesus Christ of Nazarene, which is, I'll show you, it's a black Jesus. So there's one of these above the road walkways you take to get across to the church I want to show you. And it also has a grocery store in the basement, which I'll show you. So I think Jesus was an interesting man who lived a long time ago, and many believe he was the Son of God. I think we're all sons of God. But I think what's interesting about this is that if you think about where Jesus was in the world, he was not a Scandinavian. He didn't have very light skin with blue eyes. He was a Jew, and it was not unusual for Jews at that time to have darker colored skin. We see Jews of all colors and shapes now. It's a religion. It's not a skin color, Judaism. It's important, I think, to remember that if we're going to think of Jesus as blue eyes and white skin, we might be more willing to reject people of color. But in fact, Jesus was very unlikely to have blue eyes or light colored skin. Anyway, so I think it's important to remember that it's Jesus' message that was important, whether you believe that he was the Son of God or not. The New Testament is about turning the other cheek, and even if he had white skin or black skin, it's his message that mattered. Anyway, this is the second cheaper grocery store, if you will. And so it's across the street from the expensive one. It's next door to the Archdiocese of the Nazarene, that has the black Jesus in it. And you'll see black Jesuses all over the world. And I think it's a good wake-up call for people who think that racism is okay. If you're a follower of Christ, you probably should lay off the anger at people of different colored skins. Jesus may in fact have been darker himself. So this park is a park dedicated to MacArthur, who was a general involved in World War II that helped push the Japanese out of the Philippines, and that's why it's celebrated here. Anyway, it's that's the story. This is Plaza Divisoria. All former Spanish colonial era cities have central meeting or park areas where people assembled and celebrated. This is a fun area to walk around. Don't limit yourself just to the park that we're showing you, but a few blocks around this you'll find a lot of interesting restaurants and nightlife, and also co-working spaces. It's a beautiful park, central area of town. You should explore it. What does this place remind you of? South America. She already knew the answer, or what I was looking for. That's why she's laughing. This feels like South America.
Yeah, it sounds like America. Which part of South America?
You name it. Any city that is not famous, that you don't see many tourists.
Yeah.
They're all like this. Yeah. So this is Pele Sportscenter. This is where we ran in the mornings while we were in CDO. They also have a weight room here. The track entry is 15 pesos just to run around the track, which is almost nothing. And then the gym entry is 40 pesos, nothing plus a little more. A great place to take care of your body while you're in town. This is our Cagayan de Oro city walking tour. As usual, life is as much about the journey as the destination. After watching this video of our city walking tour, if it looks fun, click the link in the notes below this YouTube video to get an interactive Google map of this walking tour and start walking. We have several tours of Cagayan de Oro, including the best cheap food, local food and life, the best nightlife, and the best whitewater rafting tours. All of our tours are self-directed. We tell you where to go, what to do in our videos, so you don't have to pay tour guides if you're running on a tight budget. All of the places we cover in the video, I talk at each stop or do a voiceover. Enjoy the video. Thanks so much. Oh, by the way, if you're finding any value here, could you please like it, comment, share, or subscribe? Your simple act of kindness will move us up in the Google and YouTube search rankings so our business grows faster. If you'd like to learn how I was able to fire my boss and travel the world, grab a free copy of my ebook, How to Fire Your Boss and Travel the World. It's also at the link below this YouTube video labeled More Information. Thanks so much for listening.